Big Hero 6 is the blend of both kind of the Marvel action, that world, but also um, the Disney magic, the Disney touch, the Disney heart, and it's almost taken to new heights because of how massive the city is. You get a scale of how large this world is, but also how the characters are so. Every single character is very real. They live in the real world. Like if you took it out of the film, they would live in the real world. And this film, is very relatable, it mirrors society, and that's what Big Hero 6 is about.
Yeah, it's all that stuff, and it's also
All that stuff, yeah.
It's about the idea of if you utilize the brain of a brilliant child or children in general to its full capacity, what they can do, what they can overcome if they have the right support system. And we talked about this before, how family doesn't necessarily mean immediate. Family means who surrounds you, supports you, and loves you. That can be anything from immediate family to, I don't know, a golden retriever. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's about that. It's a movie with heart, a movie with message, tons of action, tons of fun stuff. But it's just going to take you on a beautiful roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I'm Tadashi Hamada. I play Tadashi Hamada, the older brother of Hiro. I am sort of his, I look after him. I'm his voice of reason, a father figure after, our parents are not in the picture anymore. So I'm kind of his rock, and I try to guide him in the right way when he seems to kind of step off the path a little bit.
That's such a funny term. You heard it as rock. You're my brother. Yeah, come on. Hero's a good kid. He's really smart, but he's got his older brother to make sure he stays on the right path. Because of how smart he is, he can get into a little bit of trouble, and I think Tadashi sees that he's not using his brain to the full potential. Hiro's not achieving his full potential, but by the end of the film, Hiro sees his purpose, and it's all really because of Tadashi. These two boys love building things. Tadashi. I'll let Daniel explain it, but Tadashi loves to care for people, so that his work reflects that. But Hiro, he's still very much a kid, so he's making bots that are for the bot fights, and he's making stuff that explodes and blows up and flies and all those crazy things. But
yeah, Tadashi's he's incredibly he's like an angel. He really is, and he's not that old in the film. I mean, I'm playing him like, 1920s or something, but he's very, very mature for his age. He's very much a man. He's so pure, and so his art or his creation and what he does with robotics reflects that. Everything he creates is for the greater good, for helping people, for educating, for healing. And it's really amazing, and I guess that's his connection to robotics.
I mean, it's
The hair.
The hair, yeah. It's hard to say how we relate because we're so similar. I mean, I am Hiro and Hiro is me. Whenever I go in that booth, I'm just myself. I don't put on any. I'm very fortunate that I don't have to change my voice. I get to go in there, lend my voice to Hiro, and lend my heart to him. So it's me. It really is me, and man, that's how we're similar. Is that I didn't have to do anything extra. There's nothing fake about Hiro that I can't relate to. We're very similar.
I think every time you play a character, no matter as an actor what you do, you always have to use a part of yourself. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But every character, even if you play the darkest, strangest character, a part of that will be you. You have to access that part of your psyche. Everyone has that. So with Tadashi, I remember a friend had seen one of the trailers, and they were like, "You're so nice in this movie." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm nice in the movie." Like, is that always you? I'm like, "Well, that's part of me for sure." I mean, everyone has I'm sure Tadashi has bad days, but for me, it was just like finding the pure side of myself, and so that's where I relate with a younger, pure side of myself with Tadashi.
Baymax, oh man, Baymax is that just he is your best friend. He is the guy that just cares for you no matter what. He takes care of you. He makes sure you're healthy all the time, going to bed, making sure you're drinking enough water, all that kind of stuff. But to Hiro, Baymax is a representation of his older brother, and you'll see that in the film. And Baymax is a very special character. People are gonna love him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, on the surface, he is, I'm guessing, about a 5'10" marshmallow-esque nurse bot that Tadashi has created to help heal people and to help make the world a better place. And he's, he's full of surprises. He's capable of diagnosing injuries and treating injuries on the spot, applying treatments on the spot. But he's also got another beautiful symbolic side of him that is very much Tadashi that goes on after Tadashi's not around. So there's a lot going on in Baymax.
I think people should see Big Hero 6 because it's unlike any film that I've ever seen. You know, you see how diverse the cast is in the way they look, but also the way they act, on screen and off screen. Every member of the cast has an interesting voice, and there's something about when you see a film and you can relate to a character. It makes seeing that film that much more personal, and it's just that much greater. And I think, when people see this film around the world, they're going to be able to see one of the characters and relate to them in the way they look, or the way they act, or or the way they sound. And because they have that connection and they can relate, they're gonna walk away from that film just feeling like they were a part of Big Hero 6, and that's really special.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Thank you.
I've said this before. I don't know. I grew up, watching movies in the '90s and things, and I always felt like the live-action films, especially, were very much an escape from reality. And you go to the film and it take you on a journey. It take you somewhere. And I feel like somewhere in the last 5-10 years we've lost some of that.
It's more like you're watching a film.
Yeah, or you're just blasted by effects, and it's just it doesn't do anything heart-wise. It's one thing or the other. And this is one of those movies where it goes by so fast. You're not checking your watch. It's incredibly engaging. It's got everything you want, from comedy to action to heart, to amazing animation, the look of the film. It's just there's no reason not to see this.
Yeah,
it really isn't.